So how do you see some of the automated equipment? As an example, we have an automation system from Makino that's coming in. Mm-hmm. How do you see that particular technology influencing how we operate and how we manufacture medical components?
So I believe next week we're getting our first Makino DA300 in, and that's about a month later, we're going to get a Aroa pallet system. So the intent on that really is to have the pallet system set up so we could put multiple parts on each pallet and have it basically act as a robot. So instead of having, first of all, what we have to do is create capable processes. And once we know they're repeatable and capable, at that point we could, have the Aroa pallet system keep on switching the pallets and keeping the machine running basically 24/7. And then we'll use the operators basically to unload and load the pallet system and just keep the uptime of the spindle nonstop. And that's really going to be a difference maker for us.
Yeah. On an average machine in Triangle today, and oftentimes we'll set things up so we can run one man two, but we're still limited to our capability and frankly our shift schedule.
Yes.
So if we're running 5 days a week on 2 shifts, we've got some downtime there. Whereas the Aroa pallet system that you're describing, coupled with the DA300 Makino, we can run that lights out.
Correct.
So we can run on off shifts. We can run on weekends. So basically, we're cutting chips is pretty much all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, it's exciting. And then, about a half year down the road, 5-6 months down the road, we're going to get a MMC with a Makino, what is it, D500 and a A51 hooked up to it.
Yep.
And what that'll do is that'll offer us 99 stations. So that's another very exciting piece of technology that we're investing in for the same purposes.
Mm-hmm. So just getting back to the 3 different types of Makinos that you just mentioned, the first of which is a DA300, which is a high-speed vertical mill, correct? The D500 is also a high-speed vertical mill as well, just larger with a bigger tool capacity. And then the A51 is a horizontal 4-axis, correct?
Correct. The first 2 are 5th axis, though, right?
Yes.
And those will give us additional capabilities, higher spindle speeds than what we typically have on the shop floor, and which will allow us to do more.
Yeah. And in addition, the higher spindle speed will allow us to have components come off with a better finish, correct?
Yep.
And one of the other things that we've also invested in is a hand finishing robot. Talk a little bit about that.
So we've been hand finishing in a certain area of our business for years, 13 plus years since I've been here at least. You'd probably be able to go back even further than that.
Yes. And
you always walk by and you see people literally holding these big parts, hand finishing on different wheels and buffing and making things look pretty. So one of my engineers, one of his projects is to import a universal robot and work with them in order to make a process so that we have the robot come in, pick up the part, hand finish it to what we need, and put it on a shelf as a finished product. So that's very exciting. And that to me is really, you're taking your caliber of people from hand finishing and you're training them to be higher level operators, really almost computer or robot operators saying, hey, I need this robot to perform for me. So I need to make sure that it's doing everything proper. So the level of knowledge that we need is really, it's a higher level of knowledge, which is great.
Yeah.
And we're setting it up so that we could have, just like the Aroa pallet system, we could put 10 parts on there and then it could take one part, buff it down, make sure that it meets the spec that it needs to. And then put it back on, take the next part, and just continue down the line.